So the Cabinet Committee on Security is to begin shortly. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is en route the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where the Cabinet Committee on Security is to begin in a short while from now. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Defence Secretary. We are told there are several secretaries who are also likely to be either in that room for that meeting or will be called in when inputs are needed. And I want to bring in Piyush Mishra once again for the latest inputs that are coming in. Piyush, what more can you tell us? The meeting's just set to begin. I believe inputs have been called from the armed forces, from the intelligence agencies. Bring us the latest, Piyush.
Well, absolutely, Gaurav. In short while from now, the meeting of a Cabinet Committee on Security to begin. For that, the members of this crucial decision-making body have already started arriving. I would ask my video journalist to show you the visuals of a convoy which is now parking right there at the parking, which is right next to 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. So we can see the vehicles also who have started trickling in. What we are now given to understand is that Home Minister Amit Shah, along with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and other officials who have to take part in this meeting, they will reach here. And this place, which is right there on your television screen, the entry gate of 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, is going to be the most buzzing place in the next 1 to 2 hours. And after that, the kind of message which has been sent out by Rajnath Singh could also be implemented. A decision could be taken by the Cabinet Committee of Security. Remember that it is being chaired by PM Narendra Modi, in which the other members are Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar, Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. They are the core members who are part of this, and depending on the severity of an issue, others could also be invited. So what we are told is that the chiefs of intelligence agencies, including IB, RAW, even they could also be the part of this crucial meeting, which is all set to begin in few minutes from now. Before that, we are already seeing as to how the vehicles have already started entering inside 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. As Home Minister Amit Shah has already left from his residence, we are told is that Defence Minister has reached here. Rajnath Singh has entered inside at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, and so is Home Minister Amit Shah. So in few minutes from now, this meeting will begin, Gaurav, and then after that we can expect some sort of decision taken by this highest decision-making body on security things.
The Defence Minister has already reached 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. The Defence Minister had a detailed briefing with the 3 service chiefs. He was briefed by the Army Chief, the Navy Chief and the Air Chief. What we are also being told is various contingencies are being war-gamed. And Piyush, you've also been speaking to your sources in the Ministry of Home Affairs. I want to understand from you, there are 2 aspects to this. One is an external aspect, the other is the internal aspect. When you talk about conflict, you also have to ensure your flanks are well covered, and not just in Jammu and Kashmir. What is the assessment on internal security?
Well, as far as the internal security is concerned, Gaurav, we saw as to how Home Minister Amit Shah held crucial meetings here. He went there, he met with bereaved families, he interacted with officials there, and he has been updated about each and every development. And now, as Amit Shah is here at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, is going to brief Prime Minister about the current situation, the updated situation there in Jammu and Kashmir. So it's going to be very important to see as to what Amit Shah briefs to Prime Minister and how the Cabinet Committee on Security further moves. But yes, it is very much important that there are some questions those have been raised after this attack. The local intelligence failure is also what is being said by various people. So there are different aspects on which the discussions will take place. And what is more important is that the attack took place when US Vice President J.D. Vance was on his 4-day visit to India. So looking at the severity of this situation, this meeting has been called in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to cut short his Saudi Arabia visit. He today in the morning landed at Paran Technical Airport, and the moment he landed, he was briefed by Ajit Doval, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, and after that we are already seeing Home Minister Amit Shah arriving from Jammu and Kashmir, and certainly he is going to tell Prime Minister about the current situation. We'll have to see how the government is now going to move ahead and look forward to give the Karara Jawab, which has already been promised by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
General Sahni, in your appreciation, the Karara Jawab that is being talked about, if I were to quote Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, at the Marshal of the Air Force Arjun Singh Memorial Lecture, he said, "Zordar tarike se," जिसने उसको जोरदार जवाब मिलेगा. Not just those who were involved in the terror attack, General Sahni, but also those who were behind the scenes, पर्दे के पीछे बैठकर जिन्होंने इस हमले की साजिश रची, उनको भी जवाब दिया जाएगा. What does this mean in your appreciation, sir?
So I think, let me just put it, there will be a kinetic response. The target that would be selected for this kinetic response will be high profile, and I feel at this stage it would be something which will actually hurt the political and the military establishment. It has to be such, hitting some of these minor terrorist camps here across the launching pads, etc., is par for the game. I don't think that should be really talked about. So it's going to be there. The second issue, when he talked about the perpetuators of this crime, which we all know as the deep state, that means there are going to be plans, as I said, whether we are looking at economic targets, whether we are looking at targeting them at different fronts through the different instruments of national power, that will take place. So a sustained effort, which is what I talked about, seems to be on the card, because hitting the perpetuators is not a one-off shot. It is a shot which has to be sustained over a period of time.
Yes.
It has to be a continuum. So you will find activities which will happen in the visible, the tactical, operational and strategic realm. You will find actions that will happen in the other space, which is the non-kinetic space, where you will see things being done to these people who most of us know who are the perpetrators of those crimes, which are the institutions which are supporting it, which are the hubs that are supporting it, whether, as he said, that there is one retired Pak soldier who was part of this terrorist foursome.
Asif Fauji, yes.
So I think we know where the shoe bites. I'm sure we'll make it pinch this time and let it keep pinching till they wake up to the reality of life.
Okay, stay with me, Generals. General Himalay Singh and General Sahni, stay with me as we discuss India's kinetic and non-kinetic options and responses. Because remember, Pakistan's military jihad complex, for decades, it's followed a sustained policy of bleeding India through 1,000 cuts. Whether it was sending in raiders in 1947, and let me not go back to 1947, 1993 Mumbai serial blast, 257 killed. We wanted Aman Ki Asha, we wanted talks with Pakistan. We think dialogue with Pakistan or strengthening democracy in Pakistan will keep India safer. There is a democratic government right now, or a hybrid government in Pakistan. Are we safer? 2006, 200 people were killed in the Mumbai train blast. 2008, 26/11, 166 massacred. Ahmedabad blast, 57 massacred. Jaipur blast, Raghunath temple, Akshardham temple. So many temples have been targeted in our country. And even now, Pathankot, Pulwama, Prime Minister Narendra Modi attempted to have good relations with Pakistan. They don't want good relations with you. It's a deep state born out of hate, and you have to know the enemy's mind. Just read General Asim Munir's mind. How he hates Hindus, how he hates India, and he's made that very clear on more occasions than one. He is what personifies Pakistan. A quick break. I'll be back with lots more, and we shall take this to its logical conclusion, because India and Indians have to be kept safe from Pakistan state-sponsored radical Islamist terror. Aman Ki Asha or no Aman Ki Asha, borders or no borders, Pakistan has to bleed for bleeding India, and bleed more so that it stops bleeding India.